Welcome to Raiders of the Lost Podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast.
We're your hosts, James
and Anthony.
Today is movie news number 55, where we discuss all the latest movie and film TV news over the last week.
Hello, movie friends. Let's get into the news this week. There was a lot to talk over. It was a big week for both new trailers, casting announcements, all sorts of stuff. First, let's get to the box office. Thor: Love and Thunder is coming out, had come out this weekend, and it absolutely crushed to no one's surprise. It made a $140 million opening weekend domestically, and it's already at over $220 million internationally. So another monster weekend. Everyone saw this coming. It met projections. This was like spot on. The projections were 135 to 145 million, and this is right on. So congrats to Marvel on another huge movie, and there are another great releases this week as well. Minions came in second place with a drop down to 42 million, which is still a great second weekend. That movie is over 300 million in total, and it's closing in on 200 million domestically. Huge success for that movie. And that franchise, the Despicable Me franchise, now has $4 billion in total box office receipts.
Jeez Louise.
So it's like under the radar became one of the biggest franchises in the world the last 10 years.
The rise of Gru, man.
The rise of Gru.
And Top Gun got another 15 million this weekend. It's still over $1 billion, the most successful movie of the entire year. Elvis pulled another 8 million. That's been a very profitable film for the budget it was on. Jurassic World, another 6 million to pad its stats.
Yeah, and Top Gun is closing in on 600 million domestically. There are only a dozen movies that have hit that mark in America, and it looks like it's got healthy grosses still. Over a month into release, so it's definitely going to become one of that club.
Is Avatar number one?
Number one domestic. I believe it's Avatar.
Avatar, Titanic, something like that.
A couple of there's something something else that's up there too, but very few movies actually make that, and so it's going to be a big deal if Top Gun could get 600 million domestic. That's very impressive.
And Thor: Love and Thunder obviously was released Thursday with the early screenings, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We saw it Thursday night at IMAX. Had a great time. We are dropping our episode on it tomorrow, Monday. It's going to be Thor: Love and Thunder. We will open it up spoiler-free for a little bit, but then we will get into spoilers because we got to talk about the whole movie.
Also, we dressed up as Thor, so you got to check it out.
Yeah, we got wigs and everything.
If you want to watch it on YouTube.
Sleeveless shirts.
It's a fun one. My favorite trailer that was released this week is David O. Russell's new film, Amsterdam. The trailer looks excellent. He hasn't made a movie in a long time, so I'm looking forward to see he's one of my favorite directors, so looking forward to see this. It also has the most stacked cast he's ever had in a movie. I'm just going to list off some of the names: Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Robert De Niro, Matthias Schoenaerts, Mike Myers, Zoe Saldana, Rami Malek, Michael Shannon, Andrea Riseborough, Alessandro Nivola, Taylor Swift, and Anya Taylor-Joy. That cast is unbelievable.
There were two very unfortunate passings this week in the film and TV world. James Caan, the legendary actor from The Godfather, passed away at the age of 82. This is a quote from Francis Ford Coppola I found. "Jimmy was someone who stretched through my life longer and closer than any motion picture figure I've ever known. His films and the many great roles he played will never be forgotten." An icon in cinema, especially for like the masculinity, bravo, tough
macho,
guy,
yeah.
but also showing the sensitive guy, like showing a nation full of men it's okay to cry, and he's such a great actor. I mean, Godfather, Thief, you know him obviously from Elf,
Misery.
He's one of the best actors of all time, and ultimate tough guy, cool guy.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've seen The Godfather plenty of times, we recommend checking out Thief. He's the lead role in that, and it's his movie, and he's just really phenomenal.
A couple
in that
great
movie.
westerns he's in too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Tony Cerico, who is from The Sopranos, passed away at age
the
79.
Sopranos guy?
Yeah, he passed away.
Oh, wow.
And
he was old too, right?
79.
Uh-huh.
He was also in Goodfellas. He's got a small role in Goodfellas, but obviously everyone knows him from Sopranos.
Oh, yeah, that's too bad. He was great in that show. He was a scene stealer. Next up, The Boys had its season finale on Friday on Amazon Prime. We tuned into it and loved it. It was a great ending to the season. We will be doing a review of the entirety of the series on Thursday. We also have a special guest, one of our Patreon members, Calvin. He's going to be joining us for the episode. We're very excited to talk to you all about the show. Let us know our thoughts, because we have not touched on the show at all. So we're going to do all 3 seasons. We're going to review the entire series on Thursday.
And Calvin's a chosen one patron, so chosen ones get a little cameo on the show.
Yeah. Next
Super
up,
fun.
Oh, it's going to be epic. Next up, Captain America 4 has found its director for the film, not a TV series. Director Julius Ona, director of Cloverfield Paradox, will be taking the helm. Anthony Mackie will be starring as Captain America. I think it's a pretty good choice. I didn't really like Cloverfield Paradox that much, but it was well directed. It's the screenplay that was kind of like a mess, but it was well made, so I think it's a solid choice.
And Loose is a pretty solid film. So, I mean, very solid choice for director. Can't wait to see Anthony Mackie on the big screen as the new Captain America outside of the TV show. The Woman King is another new trailer that dropped. It stars Viola Davis, who's also producing the film, and she leads a fearless all-female African fighting unit into battle. This is based on a real unit of female warriors. This movie looks insane. Also stars Lashana Lynch and John Boyega.
Yeah, this is based on the Doheny warriors, real legendary warriors. Next up, we saw Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, A24's new film, and it's now released in theaters in a limited release, but it's expanding into more theaters. We recommend you check it out. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of my favorite movies of the year.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is set to receive the Locarno Film Festival's Excellence Award on August 3rd. It's an Excellence Award for a young and extremely talented actor, able to speak to all audience to jump from one genre to another, driven by an extraordinary ability to always put himself on the line and take risks. I think that's a really great choice because Aaron Taylor Johnson is such an underrated actor. He's been in so many really, really good movies, really good roles. I feel like the last few years he's been starting to get like global international fame for sure, which is much deserved. We all know him from Kick-Ass and everything, but I think like he still has been kind of flying under the radar, I think, for mainstream audiences.
He also recently won a Golden Globe.
So
yeah, as well.
Super cool guy.
Next up, another trailer this week, Clerks 3. Kevin Smith released a trailer for his new film, and the gang's back. The gang's back together.
Plus a cameo from Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be here today.
So the story follows them trying to make a film based upon being clerks at the convenience store. So it's very meta. Looks like fun if you're a Kevin Smith fan and a fan of Clerks. This will be right up your alley. And it looks like they have a lot of old footage from the first two films they're throwing in there as well.
Bong Joon-ho news, his next film, Mickey 7, which is going to star Robert Pattinson, just added Steven Yeun, who's having a catastrophic rise in his career after...
Catastrophic.
Did I say catastrophic? Stratospheric rise. After leaving The Walking Dead.
And Steven actually also starred in Bong Joon-ho's other film, Okja. He had a supporting role in that, so they've worked together. Excellent film. Next up, Apple TV's Blackbird has just been released starring Taron Egerton. This is about a story by Dennis Lehane, who has written a bunch of great novels. And it's about a cocky drug dealer who's in prison, and he's been tapped by government officials to play a cat and mouse game with a serial killer also locked up. So he has to get close and befriend a serial killer. It looks really good. Taron's accent looks awesome. Also, and the actor who plays the serial killer is the guy who played the Clint Eastwood movie about the security guard, Richard Jewell. Really good actor. He's also in Margot Robbie's movie, I, Tonya. He's been in a ton of stuff lately. He's very talented, so I'm looking forward to seeing it.
There's a new documentary coming out on on Disney Plus called Light and Magic, which is a documentary about ILM, which explores the history of the infamous visual effects company ILM. Obviously, Pixar, Disney, all those great films, Industrial Light and Magic. So it looks pretty cool.
Wow, look! This is crazy. So Disney has released their retail sales for the last year, and they made $56.2 billion in retail sales, leading the global brand market for retail. And this is actually not a big surprise because they make plenty of money from their movies, but a lot of these studios, especially Disney, they make the majority of their profits with the merchandise in retail. So that is a huge amount of money. I'm sure the investors and stockholders are very happy with Disney.
Yeah, and the second place company made $35 billion. So they're not even close to Disney. And also Warner Media, they're at like $15 million. So Disney just obviously takes the cake. I mean, they have the amusement parks and everything and all the shows and merchandise.
I think buying Star Wars and Marvel and Pixar, it was the best moves that company could have made to make huge profits.
And 20th Century Fox.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Fox. They own everything. That's absurd because if you look at it, Disney's box office sales of the last year probably like $10 billion in total
in profit.
Yeah, and so it's not even the box office sales is not even close to retail sales. That's wild.
pretty crazy. Echo, which is a new series from Marvel and Disney, is adding Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio to its cast, meaning that Daredevil and Kingpin will come back to a Marvel series for the first time since 2018.
Very cool. One of my favorite bits of news this week is Metallica actually played a video duet with Eddie from Stranger Things. Playing Master of Puppets with him, so it was like a stitch of that. Lots of fun. If you guys get to check it out, if you like Metallica, and that was one of the best moments of the season, Eddie just riffing that guitar to get the bats in their direction. It's a lot of fun. Metallica clearly loving it. It's great to see all these classic songs that they still pop up in movies, and that's one of the best aspects of Stranger Things is adding that classical traditional popular culture from different eras.
And to introducing these young kids to great music and culture from the past. I mean, we grew up listening to Metallica, our older brothers and everything, so we've always loved Metallica. And when you actually are on Spotify and you listen to Master of Puppets on Metallica Spotify, it's a video of that scene from Stranger Things. It's
awesome.
Really cool.
That's great.
And yeah, that's my favorite scene from the entire season of Stranger Things. Eddie playing guitar and then all that stuff happening.
Yeah.
What else do we got? That's it for our news. So that was a bunch of cool, fun things going on right now in the movie and TV industry. Very excited what's going on. This week, we have a bunch of great episodes. So Monday, again, will be Thor, Love, and Thunder. Can't wait for you all to check it out. We'll do our weekly chat as well. Thursday will be The Boys. This was heavily requested. Cannot wait to finally talk about this. It's going to be diabolical, mate.
Oi.
And then after that, the next week, we have some cool stuff planned. So stay tuned. And we have some amazing news coming on Monday, so stay tuned for maybe the biggest news we've ever dropped on you all. It's going to be very exciting. So Monday, you'll find out about that as well. And we appreciate it all so much.
Thank you for tuning into the show, everyone. Take care.
Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in to Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Find us on all audio streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to check out one of these other videos right here for more content on our favorite films and breaking down all kinds of movie content. Thanks so much.